All right, here we go. Welcome into another episode of Atomic Westeros. Tonight we are talking about Season 6, Episode 3, OathBreaker, and I'm here, as always, with the Podrick of my pain, where Rose Saka Mantanona.
Hey, what's going on?
And another good episode to talk about. OathBreaker, as we said. So I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock so we don't get carried away. Who am I kidding? So I don't get carried away. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. 10 minutes on the clock. 9:59. All right, Ro. Let's talk about my favorite thing that happened on this episode. It wasn't the first thing, but it was my favorite thing. Bran the Time Lord going around with Brewmeister Smith, and this time they wake up in Dorne, and we see young Ned taking on the 2 Kingsguard at Dorne. What did you think of that?
It was great. I love seeing more of the past, especially since we know of this lore from the books. And my only gripe was, why wasn't Ned wielding ice? Ice was this big-ass, like, 2-handed sword that you use. Remember, I think we saw it in episode season 3, where Tywin Lannister broke it down to make 2 swords. So, yeah. Yes. But it was still great.
Oathkeeper.
Yeah.
Speaking of Oathbreaker. But yes,
yeah.
So we have Ned. He arrives. Mad King Aerys has died, and his son, what's his name, Rhaegar, has stolen away Ned's sister into this tower.
Lyanna.
Yeah, Lyanna. Ned comes to save her. Well, we don't know this really from the show, but we kind of know this from the books.
But we hear a scream from the tower.
You hear a scream. So
is she giving birth? Is she giving birth?
So that's the big rumor that's not in the books or the show or anything, but it is something that the internet has run away with, that it is, in fact, young Jon Snow being born, which would make Jon Snow half Targaryen, half Stark, and pretty much heir to the Empire. He would be a guy who could ride dragons, we assume, and a guy who would be a pretty good match for Daenerys. What do you think about that?
I love it. That's like the best shipping ever. I mean, but it's too good to be true, so I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's not like Game of Thrones would let you have something.
The show would go that way, but we know that GRRM would be like, fuck that shit. kill them all.
I don't know, but it would be cool because then they would be like the Kim and Kanye of Westeros. They would own, right?
Why would you use that? That's horrible.
They'd be the power couple. That's all I'm saying. And you had the 2 Kingsguard there who were doing their business. Now, Jaime would have been one of the Kingsguard at the same time. He would have been a co-Kingsguard with them. Until, of course, he pulled his Kingslayer malarkey, which he would have done. And Barristan Selmy would have been there. Some of the old friendly faces.
No, but I think it was Rhaegar that told them to, like, guard that tower. So
Rhaegar told those 2 Kingsguard.
So that's why they were there.
Yeah, and...
I look forward to more brand type parts in the upcoming episodes. See where else he goes in the past, but apparently
I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, next up we got Jon Snow. He back risen again in an understated Christish fashion. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was just kind of when I was watching the extras, with the creators, they basically originally had that scene with a bunch of lines, and then when they were reading it, like, this is too much, like, let's make it simple with just like, with the breathing and just the looking. And I think it's way more powerful to show that, with less dialogue, less is more in this case here. But
it was very understated. Yeah, they could have done that whole, like, choir singing and light shining and walking on water or whatever.
That's not how it is at the wall. It's very drab and bleak, so that I think it went well. But yeah, people were like, can't believe he was there. But yeah, I like the little hit thing between him and the wildling guy. I forgot his name.
Right.
Dude. Yeah, that.
But the beardy guy?
Tormund Giantsbane. Yes, he's so great. I hope to see him. I hope he doesn't die anytime soon. That's for sure. So we'll see how that works.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Should we talk about the ending? How it ended?
Yeah, let's talk about the ending at the ending.
So it's OathBreaker. He ends up Ollie dies as well as the freaking other guys, and then he's like and he gives his coat or anything to his friend, and then he's like, my watch has ended, which is why it's called OathBreaker, because Jon is leaving the Night's Watch. What's Jon gonna do? We don't know.
Where's he off to? Is he going to go on tour, do you think? Is he? I don't know.
Who knows?
But I don't know. It's not really an oath breaker. He said he would be there till he died, and he died. So he's free now. He can
This
go.
is true. That's
So
very true.
it's like till death do you part. You know, it's like, hey, clinically I was dead, girl. Where I can do what I want now.
Yeah, very true, very true. Okay. What's next? We gotta keep going. Keep going.
Okay, Rickton Stark, the Stark no one remembers, is back.
He's back. But
and no, they just like he's there. There's no build up or anything like that.
To the Boltons, like he's brought to the Boltons by the Umbers. And
do you care?
I care for the fact that I'm
someone else for the Boltons to torture.
I know, no, another Stark for the Boltons to torture. I'm so tired of the Starks getting the shaft. Can we stop seeing the Starks getting like what's next? And oh god, it's gonna be so sad. I mean, Shaggy Dog is dead. Like, there's only 3 wolves that we know that still live. That's Nymeria, which we speculate is still alive. Ghost, and what's Bran's dog's name? Grey Wolf. I think.
Right. Yeah, I remember when I saw the dog's head, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be the part that Rose was crying about."
Yeah, I knew. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna bring the dog. The dog's dead. The dog's dead." I already know. But yeah,
really, you saw that coming? Good for you.
I totally saw that coming. That's how they proved that he was Rickon. I mean, where was the dog? So, but yeah, okay, but yeah, we'll see more Rickon. Let's see what happens with him and the Boltons.
Okay, 4 minutes 20 seconds, Rose. So I got to keep going here.
Yeah.
Daenerys in the Widow House. Most boring plot or most boring plot?
I don't think it's the most boring. It's a build-up. We're gonna, maybe.
It's a build-up. That's what you always say when boring stuff happens.
It was a build-up last season. It was just all this boring shit with the Masters, and all of a sudden, dragons. Do you think a dragon's gonna come to Dothrak or whatever that place is called?
No, I don't know. When she was always in like a mental battle of wits before, and you could see her work on her walls. Now she's just like, it's just boring. And speaking of boring, Arya gets hit by a stick a lot and gets her eyes back.
That's not boring. That's actually still in the book, so that she got her eyes back.
Yes, but it's boring.
No, she was learning that she is no one, but the thing is, will she really, truly forget that she is no one, or will she always remember that she is Arya Stark, and she must avenge her family?
She's got Needle buried somewhere.
Needle's... Yeah.
Once she gets rid of that, she's going to be Arya.
Yeah.
Tyrion tries to have some conversation. It's nice to have a bit of humor.
Poor drinking game. It was so sad. But no, yeah.
You took your time, says to Varys.
I always like scenes with Varys, too, because Varys is a very interesting person. He's always behind the scenes, and, he's not necessarily, a main character, but it's always interesting seeing him. And I there's in the books that he does some violent things down the road, but let's see if that happens in the TV series.
Yeah, good old Varys. When I read the books and then saw the series, it was like, everybody, I thought, oh, that's kind of a different choice. Oh, that's interesting. I like it. I don't like it. But Varys was exactly like in the book. Like I pictured him exactly like that. And,
yeah.
Okay, over to King's Landing. We have the one more thing about Tyrion is no dragons after all that build-up about the dragons.
Yeah.
It's just like they don't even mention them.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. No. Okay. Right. King's Landing. I like Qyburn. Qyburn is the new spider. He basically took what's his name's bird.
Qyburn's the new Varys. Yeah.
The new Varys took his little birds, and
he's the master of whispers.
Yeah, so I like him. He's good, and oh my god, the fart by Old Man was great. But
right, yeah, that was Mace Tyrrell. That's
yes. But yeah, no. So we see that the Lannisters are basically plotting again to go against any other enemies, which is like, okay, the Lannisters are back. Well, we hate the Lannisters. Well, people don't like the Lannisters. It's good to see them kind of going back to what they're trying to do, but then they try to go to the small council, and we had what's her name, the Grandma Martell there, and they're trying to
Queen of Thorns
there, and it was crazy. Like it's definitely a battle of thrones, like battle of power here between the small council and Cersei and Jaime. So we'll see how that happens down the road. But
that was very interesting. And Kevin Lannister, who's always been a very sort of steady hand, like more careful than his brother even, and it was interesting to see that he wasn't really like in Cersei's corner, really.
No, he was basically in the corner of the king, in his own kingdom, or the kingdom in general too. So it was interesting seeing that, like, we don't have to. You may be here, but we don't have to stay. Like, take that.
Meister Pycelle, good to see him again. He's feeling all slighted by old Qyburn. And the High Sparrow. I'll tell you what. I like this scene with the
Did
High
you think he
Sparrow.
was going to kill the king there? I thought he might have like killed the king or something. I don't know. But...
Oh no! I love what he did actually, because it was
Yeah.
like he challenged the king, and the king just kept stepping to him, and every time he stepped up, the king stepped up. So he totally changed tactics, and he started stepping down and down and down and humbling, and oh my knees, oh my back, and then he totally won by humbling himself.
He's a very good player. He's a very good player in his own ways.
And that's what we're missing. We are missing people who play the Game of Thrones. There's not many left, and he's doing well with that.
But it's only going to escalate because we know that next episode, when we saw the previews, we're going to be seeing some. I am so bad with their names. We're going to see the queen and her brother Loras.
Marjorie?
Yeah, Marjorie and Loras. Hopefully they'll be able to get released. There's going to be
Loras. Where's Loras these days?
Oh, he's there getting beaten for being gay, so it's unfortunate.
Oh yes, yeah. That's totally different in the show. But yeah, 5 seconds left. Anything to add?
Nope. Other than that, good times.
It was a good time.
Oh no, actually, Gilly and Sam were very boring. I was not happy with that one. They seemed to get
the boat. I had that down there.
It was boring.
Well, it's a bit of a sitcom.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Hilarious adventures of Gilly and Sam on a boat.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens when he takes them to his family. But yeah,
it's a rom-com. So we had no Brienne, no Sansa, no Reek, no Theon, Greyjoy.
Well, we're gonna see Reek and Sansa next episode. So
I'm sure we'll catch up on them. We had Jorah and what's his name chasing down. What's her name? So maybe they will rescue her.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. They go to Dothrak or wherever that place is.
Might be the damsel in distress.
Yes.
So who knows how you feel about that?
But I just want to see the dragons come down and then just...
Well, they've done that. They can't just have the dragons show up and save her every time she gets in a pickle, can they?
Sure they can. They're dragons. There's 3 of them.
Yes, but you can't be just like, Daenerys gets in a pickle, here comes dragons. Daenerys gets in a pickle, here comes dragons. You gotta mix it up. You gotta be like, oh, here comes more.
Cool. Oh, I wish I didn't see the title.
Final sacrifice before he turns to stone.
I wish I didn't see the title of that stupid next episode. Damn it.
Have you spoiled yourself?
Not really, but I want to be like unspoiled or unsullied.
You're the one who reads the Wikipedias before you watch the episodes. So
but now we don't know anything, Kevin. So this is all a big surprise, which I'm enjoying the surprise. So but yeah.
Very good. Okay. Well, that is all that we are going to have time for today. Tune in next time for another 10 minutes episode. And if you like this, share this, tell your friends who are watching Game of Thrones, because we would like to hear from you guys and get feedback. Yes. Comment on the
Facebook
ATW9K Facebook, because we want to chit chat about the Game of Thrones.
So yeah, let us know, listeners.
All right.
Now his watch has ended.